Toverland is a world-class amusement park located in the Netherlands, and with it being home to over 36 rides, there is no wonder it is so popular. However, today we're going to count down the top 10 rides at Toverland. Starting off at number 10, we have the Djinn, and no matter whether you want to soar through the air or are just looking for a fun family ride at the park, then this swing is just for you. The only thing is, however, this is not your typical chartered swing, as once you have boarded one of the many different seats, not only will you spin around in circles, but you will also rise as well as tilting, causing you to fly around the corners. How cool is that? And so with the awesome theming too and light package, I would feel wrong not to put it on our top 10 list. It is time for our first roller coaster on the list, as for our number 9 spot we have Toos Express, and despite being a family coaster, it definitely packs a punch, and here is how. Now of course it would not be a family coaster without many twists, turns and drops, and Toos Express is no exception. Nevertheless, what I particularly love about this ride is the fact that you complete all of this as well as much more around the many rides and attractions in the indoor land of Toons. And so in my opinion, there is no doubt that the Toos Express is a must-do ride at the park. Choo choo. Are you heading to Toverland on a hot Netherlands day? Well, if you said yes, then you have got to take a ride on our number 8 position, the Djengu River, as I promise you that this rapid attraction will definitely cool you down. And from the moment you board the boat with up to 8 other thrill seekers and set off down the rapids, I think you will very quickly see how. Although we are still not at the best part yet, as during your rather soaking river adventure, in addition to all of the choppy waves that you will encounter, you will also head through many massive caves and waterfalls, being sure to finish off the ride with a splash. For our number 7 spot on our top 10 list, things are starting to become a lot more crazy, as we have Maximus Blitz Bahn, the park's bobsled, and wow, if this ride does not make you scream, laugh and smile at the same time, I honestly do not know what will, as similar to many of your stereotypical bobsleds, you will race down a half tube full of many twists, turns and hills to the bottom at your very own speed. Yes, you heard me right, your very own speed, meaning that if you want to shoot down as fast as you can definitely do that. Whereas if you want to take a nice leisurely ride down by using the handle, you can sure do that too. If the Djengu River did not get you wet enough though, then do not fear, as our number 6 position, Expedition Zork, will sure do the trick, with it being a log flume quite literally like no other. Nevertheless, before we do begin to talk about the ride experience itself, I have got to talk about the theming, as with all of its fake scenery, structures and of course giant Zork within the attraction itself, just looking at it is incredible. And on ride does not disappoint either, with your log bone not only completing many water sections, but also 2 drops, one of which is humongous and the other backwards, being sure to make an experience that will never, ever be forgotten. Top 5, woot woot, and coming in for this spot, we have Booster Bike, the ride where if you think you have what it takes to become a professional motorcyclist, you can jump aboard one of the many awesomely designed vehicles for a race like never before. In my opinion though, what makes this ride so awesome is the fact that your bike does not only launch from 0 to 46 miles per hour in 3 seconds, followed by some really fun elements, but due to the fact that due to this ride being a Vekoma motorbike coaster, you do all of this in a motorcyclist position, which is pretty sick if you ask me. You can't have a theme park without a pirate ship, and Toverland is no exception. As for our number 4 spot, we have Scorpios, and therefore due to this ride being a very common type of ride, if you are heading to the park on a busy day, then we would recommend the more unique attractions first. However, if you do get a chance to ride, you will definitely not be disappointed, with as soon as you have queued and then boarded the highly themed boat, you will begin to rock back and forth for the entirety of the ride. And so when also taking into account that beloved back row experience, this ride 100% deserves the number 4 spot. Here we are at the top 3 rides at the park, and for this position I apologise for my pronunciation, but we have Dwervelwind, and ever since its debut in 2012, this spinning coaster has always blown guests away. Ding ding. Okay, that was a horrendous joke. However, this ride sure isn't. We've once boarded one of the many different cars, and for the best experience for the bigger groups out there, we would suggest 2 cars next to each other. You will begin by climbing a lift hill, followed by a series of drops, bank turns, and so much more, causing your car to definitely spin. Isn't that awesome? And so in my eyes, a trip to Toverland is nowhere near complete without a ride. Between number 2 and 1, it was tough. However, after a lot, and I mean a lot of consideration, we have decided to put Troy at the number 2 spot. And wow, is this ride amazing or what? Created by GCI as one of their best ever wooden coasters though, from the moment you walk into the park and see this spectacular wooden structure and horse, you will instantly want to take a ride. And you should definitely do just that, as on ride it only gets 10 times better, with you racing around some wooden drops, turns and airtime hills, which words literally cannot describe. The question is, however, would you ride it? We have made it to the number 1 spot, and in our opinion for the best ride at the park, we have got no other than Fenix. And where do I begin when talking about this ride? As if I was going to talk about every great part, we would literally be here all day. Yet to start from the beginning, as soon as you have made it through the queue line, boarded the ride itself, and then climbed to the top of the hill, you will complete and get ready for it a dive loop, immelum, helix, 0G roll, as well as many B&M twists and turns. Therefore, with the awesome soundtrack too, and the fact that you dangle your legs, I think it is very easy to see why this is the best ride at Toverland. Thank you all for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.